You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Hey kids, and welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum, and today we are going to pick some fights for UFC on ESPN. Ngannou versus Velasquez, the very first card on ESPN, not ESPN Plus, not ESPN Minus, not ESPN 2, 3, 4, whatever. Big ESPN. So you don't have to be a big streamer. You can watch it just like a regular cable, satellite, all that good stuff. And this honestly could have been a pay-per-view. So they are putting out all the stops here for this particular card. First card we're going to pick, Jimmie Rivera versus Aljamain, the Funkmaster Sterling. Obviously, Sterling, a friend of the podcast, former roommate of Al-Iaquinta, a man I emulate on the Twitter often. And like I said, before I get into these picks, feel free to chime in on the Periscope, and if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, or maybe it's there. Either way, let's go Jimmie first. He has a win, a decision over John Dodson last time. He got starched by Marlon Moraes before that, then wins over Thomas Almeida, Uriah Faber, and Yuri Alcantara, which was way back 2016. And you got the Funkmaster. Wow, he really about tore Cody Stamen's leg off with a modified knee bar. I think he called I butchered it. Sorry, I can't remember what you called it there, Aljamain, but it's like a feng shui, something like that. I butchered it. But before that, decision over Brett Johns. Brett Johns was super tough, and he got the knockout as well from Marlon Moraes. Lost that one. I think either one of these guys come back and win here and win big. They're right there. That 135-pound division is full of killers, and this puts these guys right back in it, especially if TJ is locked up with Henry Cejudo or whatever. So you don't care about all that. You want me to pick a winner, and a winner I shall pick. I shall pick the winner. Listen, both these guys have similar strength of schedule. Aljamain Sterling, yes, he's a friend of the podcast. We picked the famous card where Al-Iaquinta stepped in, except for we picked it before all the changes were made, so I'm pretty sure that every fight we picked, not one of them happened. So there's that. Got to go with Aljamain. Got to go. He's young. He's on the rise. He trains with the Saralongo team. He's going to win. I think he's going to win decisively. I think this is going to be like his coming out party before he gets into contention. And maybe if TJ is log jammed, it butts right up there with when Dominic Cruz comes back. I think that would be one hell of a fight, and I know Aljo has wanted that one for a while. Next up, we have Andre Touchy Fili. I just going to pick this fight because I think he has a cool nickname. Against Myles Jury. All right, Andre Touchy Fili lost a split decision on Michael Johnson, which he may have won, but it doesn't say that he won in the win-loss column. Beats Dennis Bermudez before that. Beats the GOAT, Artem Lobov. Oh, man. And he loses to Kamakatar, this way back July 2017. Myles Jury, his last loss was to the now-retired Chad Mendez last July. Before that, beats Rick Glenn, beats Mike De La Torre, loses to Charles Rivera, but everyone does. No way Oliveira made weight for that. No, he didn't. That was way back 2015. Oh, man. I think I'm going to go with strength of schedule here. I think Andre Touchy Fili takes Myles out. Now, this is a good fight. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say about the caliber of both these guys. Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres versus Kron Gracie. Okay. Alex Caceres hasn't had the most impressive career. He's had a lot of wins and losses, alternating here and there. Last fight, he wins against Martin Bravo. Don't know who that is. Loses to Wang Guan. Not sure who that is. Wins against Rolando Dai. Loses Jason Knight. Jason Knight's no joke. Loses to Yaya Rodriguez. Also no joke, but he's got wins over Cole Miller, Man. Okay. Not the greatest record, like I said, and not the highest caliber opponents. And when he does fight the higher caliber opponents, he loses, except for Sergio Pettis, who came up to 135 pounds. I believe this fight takes place at 145 pounds. So we got Kron Gracie. Okay, he's never fought in the UFC. Obviously, he's got a pedigree to support him, being of the Gracies. Yeah, so his last win, Tatsuaki Kawajiri, he hasn't done MMA since 2016 professionally. He's never been in the UFC. It comes down to one thing, and I do believe I have this phrase coined. It comes down to distance. Can Alex Caceres keep him at bay with kicks and punches and avoid that takedown? Because if Gracie gets him on the ground, it's all over. I would say it's a pretty quick and easy submission. But I got Bruce Leroy winning this one based mostly on experience. James Vick versus Paul Felder. This was a fight that could have happened a while back. Didn't, I believe Paul had called him out at some point. James was too good for him. I'm paraphrasing here. Until all of a sudden, James Vick ran into Justin Gaethje, a KO punch back in August 2018. I had picked James Vick to win. I thought he was a big 155-pounder. Justin Gaethje, he just will take three to get one off, and I was wrong. He got the one off that counted and beat James Vick. Before that, James Vick was on a tear. Abel Trujillo. God dang it. Paulo Reyes. Joe Duffy. Francisco Trinaldo. And then you got Paul Felder. He came in short notice against Mike Perry. Broke his arm. Kept fighting the whole time. He's got wins off the real hot Charles Oliveira. Wins over Stevie Ray. Ooh. I think if I'm going to go by strength of schedule and the caliber of opponents these guys both fought, I'm going to have to go with the man James Vick on this deal. And, I'm not sure how he gets it done. I think he's too long, too strong, and he got caught last time. And, the thing is, either one of these guys could fight 170. I got James Vick. James Vick, for sure. Now, the main event of the evening, Francis Ngannou versus Cain Velasquez. The returning Cain Velasquez, who has not fought since when? Since July 2016. That's almost 3 years. So that's, a little over 2.5 years ago. Wow. Is ring rust a thing? I don't know. I don't know when you're training with killers like Daniel Cormier as your coach every day. Daniel Cormier, the champ, is Cain's wrestling coach. Now let's look at the last few fights for Ngannou here. Wins against Curtis Blades. I thought Curtis was gonna take care of business, but 45 seconds in, boom! You can't run into an Ngannou punch that lands flush and walk away. For that, Ngannou loses the decision to Derek Lewis, which is I don't even know anyone did anything. It was a terrible fight. I think Dan Henderson said he scored it 0-0. Loses to Stipe. I think that broke him a little bit, and why he was so hesitant in the Derek Lewis fight. Stipe took it to him that whole fight. For that, he knocks Alistair Overeem out of Alistair Overeem, basically. Beats Andre Arlovski, beats Anthony Hamilton, beats everyone. All right. This is a tough one. You got Cain Velasquez, who has beaten the best of the best. Sanders gonna win. I don't know who you're talking about, dude. Sorry. beat Travis Brown. He lost to Fabricio Verdum. That's no shame in that. Got caught in a submission round 3 defending his belt. Pummeled Junior Dos Santos. Beat Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Pummeled Junior Dos Santos again. Yeah, he hadn't lost since the 2011 before the running into Verdum, and that was just that flash KO. You're going to go the ring rust against the hot streak of Francis Ngannou. And, cool, Luke Sanders is going to win. I didn't pick that fight, but you got it. You got the pick. Thank you, James Taylor, 78. And that, of course, was a Periscope chime-in. Back to it. Ngannou on the hot streak. Will Cain have ring rust? I don't think he will. I think he's going to come back. He's going to handle much like Stipe did. Maybe the boxing isn't quite as good as Stipe, but the wrestling sure as hell is. And he's going to come back. He's going to be a contender in the heavyweight division. Now, this only if he shows up. Only if he shows up. Because this would not be the first fight he's had to pull out of days before the event. It has happened before. I don't want to wish that on anyone. It happened last week with Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum. Of course, after I picked. After the weigh-ins even, I thought I was safe. But no. And I so wanted to see that fight. But that was last week. This is not the MMA Recap Fight Picks podcast. It's just the MMA Fight Picks podcast. So, Cain Velasquez, gonna win. Back in the division for sure as a winner. And that's it. Thanks for joining on the Periscope. Sorry I didn't pick your guy. Sorry I didn't pick that fight. But if you like what you see, hit subscribe on the YouTube, wherever that might be. And you can listen to the podcast basically wherever you want. AaronSaysWhat.com, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes. I don't know. You name it, I'm there. And until next time, shalom.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.
Are you looking for a permanent home for your podcast? Well, Spreaker can do it all. Spreaker will give you your own RSS feed that you can submit to other platforms, including iTunes. Spreaker's mobile app will let you record from your smartphone, or you can use their web-based console with everything you need to record. Their podcasting plans include being able to host multiple shows at no extra charge. Got a YouTube channel? Spreaker's got you covered. You can effortlessly upload your podcast audio to your channel. You can even move your current podcast to Spreaker without losing any of your iTunes subscribers. Try any plan 30 days for free using promo code ASW.